The new Velma TV show is unbearably bad. It sucks on some big old balls. They took everything good about the original Scooby-Doo series and tossed that out the window and said we're writing this new script in our own feces. We're just gonna make it stink. And I should have seen all the warning signs that this was just gonna be another copy and paste terrible adult animation. And first off, they're suckling from the Scooby-Doo franchise name, creating the characters after the characters from Scooby-Doo, and Scooby-Doo the dog isn't even going to be in the show. He's not in the show whatsoever. The best part of Scooby-Doo, the Great Dane Scooby-Doo the dog, is not going to be in the show. And even if you can get past that massive hurdle, there's another brick wall in the form of terrible storytelling, such bad attempts at breaking the fourth wall and being self-aware, but they execute it in such a way that it just comes off so unbelievably cringy, and the characters that you know and love from your childhood from the original Scooby-Doo series, they are just such unlockable cliches now that it's going to be hard to stomach it. They tried to sell this show as an adult retelling of the characters that you know and love from Scooby-Doo, and that's what it is, but the adultness, all it is just them having potty mouths, just cursing a lot, and a little bit of blood. It feels like HBO Max is trying to recapture that lightning in a bottle they have with the animated Harley Quinn series, but it just doesn't work with this one whatsoever. They absolutely shit themselves on this one. I wouldn't be surprised if they had literal chimpanzees writing the script for this show. I don't know who their target audience is with this show, but it sure as hell ain't the people who grew up watching Scooby-Doo, because I can tell you this much, they're gonna hate it. Any human who has decent taste in TV shows is going to despise this show. And if you for some reason decide to watch this show, it will become immediately apparent they had no intention of paying homage to the original Scooby-Doo franchise. You could replace all of these characters with no-name nothings like Melissa, Bob, Joe, Larry, and Sarah, and it would be the same exact show of an ass plot of people trying to solve mysteries in high school. They're only using the Scooby-Doo name to get views and attention and money. But I will give them credit for one thing that the showrunners have absolutely no hand in whatsoever, and that's the voice acting talent. They have Mindy Kaling, I don't know if that's how you pronounce that last name, playing Velma. They have Sam Richardson playing Shaggy, Constance Wu playing Daphne, Glenn Howerton playing Fred, and they even brought back the original voice of Fred in the original Scooby-Doo series, Fred Welker, to play Fred's father in this show. But unfortunately, they took all of this talent and said, you know what? We're gonna waste it. And I was reading through some reviews on Google here, just seeing what people were saying about the show, and there are some absolute NPC paid actors for sure giving this show 4 and 5 stars. But also, while reading reviews, it became apparent to me that people were for some reason taking issue with them changing the ethnicity of the characters, which I don't think that's a huge deal. I think that's a stupid thing to get angry about, especially since the show is so unbelievably bad from a plot and character and just everything about it standpoint, that's what you take issue with. That's just weird. I have no issue whatsoever with stories and TV shows being more inclusive by, like, you know, changing races of characters, their gender orientation, all that kind of stuff. I don't really care. I don't care what you do with them. Just make the story good and don't just blatantly spit in the face of the legacy you're supposed to be paying homage to and is the reason you can even make this show in the first place. It's disrespectful, honestly, what this show's done. Now that I've got all that off my chest, I'm glad they didn't put Scooby-Doo in this show because they would have just fucked that dog like they did every single character in this show. I'm gonna sound like a broken record, but everything this show does, they fail at. They try to do the constant fourth wall breaks and be self-aware, edgy, and do these cliches that other shows do in a funny way, but they just come off just as cringy, if not even worse, than the shows they're trying to parody. It's so bad. They even reference Riverdale in the first episode, but Riverdale is a better show than what this garbage is, and Riverdale sucks. I don't know, man. Honestly, this show's just got me scratching my noggin. I'm just in disbelief of how this thing got greenlit, produced, and then posted on a major streaming service. I feel like it should have got shot down way before then. Whoever said this was a good idea to make, I hope you burn in hell for eternity. But who am I? Who am I to say if this show's good or not or how it got greenlit and produced? I'm just some redneck kid living in West Virginia, a product of incest, and I get a couple views on my YouTube channel.